Card number 160 from the 1953 Bowman color set. It's Cal Abrams. I'm gonna tell you guys a quick story before we get started. Um, and I promise there's a connection. I was thinking about this. There's this great bar in Athens, Georgia. And if anybody ever goes to Athens, Georgia, uh, reach out to me. I'll let you know where it is. I've been to this bar 2 times in my life. The first time was maybe 20 years ago when I was a college student, graduate student. And I just happened to be in Athens for a couple of days. And I just stumbled upon this bar with some friends and could have easily just walked by it. And it was hands down, like immediately the best bar I've ever been in my life. And I think I liked it because it had such a great atmosphere. It's one of those bars where it looked like it was from the 1960s, 1970s, but it's not one of those bars where it's like, oh, isn't it kind of cute that they made it look old fashioned? It's like, no, like this bar made you feel like you stepped back in time. Like it was the bar that time had forgotten. And it wasn't just the atmosphere, it was the people. Everybody in that bar was in a good mood and sociable and friendly. And like, it's just like a chill place. And I had a great time that night. It was the kind of place where you didn't want to leave. Flash forward, I guess 20, 25 years later or so. Last year I was back in Athens and this time with my partner, and I was hoping that bar was still there, and I was hoping that it hadn't changed. And to my great relief and surprise, it was the same experience. The bar had not changed. It was the same, exactly how I had left it 20 plus years earlier. And the experience was the same, except now I got to experience it with my partner, and we both had a wonderful time. And I guess I think of Cardroom Live that way, which is why I'm telling this story. Cardroom Live is easily something you could walk by. Not everybody knows about it. If you know about it, you're here, and I'm glad you're here. Not a lot of fancy stuff going on with Cardroom Live. More or less just have been hitting live for nearly 5 years now. And kind of like that bar, I hope that it's more or less the same now as it was when it started. When it started, some of the OGs might remember that it didn't have an intro. I didn't start using the Bowman videos until like into the 40s. So I guess it's changed, and the intro definitely has gotten longer over the years. But I like to think that the heart of the matter is more or less the same thing. I see a lot of people saying congratulations. I don't deserve any congratulations. All I do is hit live. I know this thing's on my channel, but I really think of Cardroom Live as a community thing, and I'm grateful to be the one that hits live. But I really think of this as a community thing. And over the years, we've all been through a lot. I think a lot of people out there have been through a lot. We've had people come and go. We've had people with, illnesses and thankfully a lot of recoveries. We've had people going through life changes. I know that I haven't been able to go live every Sunday. I've had my own stuff going on. I've had, fortunately nothing serious. Although I did miss one live session because of an emergency room visit. And there was I'm sure a few power outages and other things like that, but here we are, and still going strong. And I just wanted to mention that before we get started, because before you know it, the time will fly by. And I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for being here, because if you weren't here, there'd be nothing to celebrate. So if it's card number 160, it surely must be somehow, some way, session number 160. If you haven't noticed already, this is not a show. It is, however, most definitely a hangout for fellow vintage collectors, whether we have guests or not. And I'm sure we're going to have some guests tonight. Most of the time, we have been wasting time just looking at and talking about old cardboard, and through it all, we have tried to make it time well wasted. And dare I say, we've done that for over 4 years and 160, well, 159 and counting. So if you're here with us live, welcome. Welcome to my fellow YouTubers, to the commenters, to the folks from all over social media land. Even those people who don't necessarily comment and are just sort of observing or listening, hey, welcome to you too. If you're new, don't be afraid to say hello. You're among cardboard friends. This is the live stream where everybody knows your name. And sure, we may not know your name yet, but we'll learn it soon enough. Give us a few tries. If you're listening to this later, perhaps you are going to or coming home from work. Perhaps you're sorting cards. Perhaps you're looking at eBay or auction sites. I know I've been doing that a little bit more lately than I have in recent months. Maybe you're rolling out those meatballs. Maybe you're walking the dog or sitting on the john or putting the kids to bed. Perhaps you're battling raccoons in the backyard. Maybe you're wondering, like my buddy Doug DK Cardboard, shout out to Doug, if you're just hanging on to those baseball cards as a distraction to what would otherwise be an existential crisis about the human condition. Doug, I think we all wonder about that sometimes. Perhaps you're wondering if Eddie Waitkus will come up. Who knows? Wondering what other kind of Mike foolery we'll get into tonight. Whatever you're doing, I do hope you get something out of it. If you want to get in touch or have ideas for future sessions, you can email me at bowman53channel@gmail.com. You can also find me on Instagram, Bowman53_AlexX1953, Bowman Color and Blue Sky, Bowman53. And of course, all that information can be found in the description below. This session of Cardroom Live is brought to you by none other than Reindeer Studios. That's right. You can go to reindeerstudios.com to get your hobby-related gear like this shirt and many others, as well as custom cards that you won't find anywhere else. T-shirts that your wife and your regular life friends will not understand at all, but these are T-shirts that all of your hobby pals will be envious of. Rain beer. Hey, rain beer, that's an idea, Scott. For a draft beer, Reindeer. Reindeer has great customer service, and if you don't believe me, you could ask a question about Reindeer Studios right now, and you'd probably get an answer from the owner himself or from one of his many satisfied customers. If Ray Stantz is the heart of the Ghostbusters, Reindeer Studios must be the heart of the hobby. Check out the Reindeer Studios store today, or miss out. And no, I don't get a paycheck for saying any of that. So good evening to everybody. It's a big, busy night. Let's see who's at the bar. Mike's at the bar, and he's not feeling well. Mike, I appreciate you, and I appreciate your Mike foolery, and I do hope you're feeling better. Very soon, Confluence Sports Cards is here. The other wrench holder, Stuke, is here. Mitchell, the White Sox fan card collector. Carlisle, the battery, is here. Orlando, a collector's dream, is here. Jacob is here. Spartan card collector. The world may end tonight. It's entirely possible. Warren D in the CLE is here. The dog ate my card is here. Jay Hawker Vintage Cards is here. Hey, good to see the baseball time traveler is here. Sven Patrick is here. Peter B is here. Another wrench holder, Don's Field of Dreams, is here. Eddie's Cardboard Chaos is here. Melissa, the sports guru. There he is. Doug DK Cardboard. Killabrew 3 Collector is here. Coach Neil is here. Dan's Vintage Baseball PC is here. Yes, I will be putting the link in the chat momentarily. And that's right. Orlando is correct. It is a non-show. Mr. Steven with the PH is here. Lonely Basement Baseball Cards. Everyday Card Collector Jason is here. And the last wrench holder, Reindeer Studios, Blue Collar Cards, Clean Cheap Shots is here. Phillies Baseball Cards is here. And how about that? Mr. B. Roth 6 is here. Peacemaker Cards. Blue Rock TV. Allen's Cards making an appearance. Kurt in Brooklyn is here. JW's Dugout is here. I'm sorry, I was just seeing Curtin Brooklyn's name again. Larry is here. Nina making an appearance. Good to see you, Nina. Mike Good is here. Nick, the Iowa collector, is here. Hugo Signs of the Pastime is here. And Mookie Chilson, true fact, if 1950 Bowman Color checklist was alphabetical by last name, Cal Abrams would be card number 1. Let's start all over alphabetically. That's Mookie, you blow me away with your absolutely trivial trivia. It's really incredible. The card story is here. And trying to get anybody else that might Maxa Jackson. And Tony, the Hall of Famer, Cyclone Baseball Cards. and Think Blue 77, and the Impact Collector. Look at all these. This is like this is a powerhouse of YouTubery right here. Credits cards here as well. Great to see everybody. I am about to put the link in the chat. If anybody is raring to go, I hope you are. The prompt that I sent out to everybody that I've been asking for the past week or two is stop in, say hello, bring a card, show a card that makes you think of a fellow YouTuber. It doesn't have to be, sorry, it doesn't have to be a fellow YouTuber. It can be a fellow collector of any kind. It does not have to be a YouTuber. Anybody in your life that's had an impact on your collecting, a card that makes you think of them, give them a shout out. Stop in and say hello. But before we do, John's here, 3D80s kid, and Mr. Wilhelm, and shoot, I'm forgetting your name, because it's not in your handle. I'm sorry, man. I'm just blanking. Too much stuff going on. Derek, thank you. Hardball crazy, right? So the thing I was gonna say is I've got 4 before I put the link in the chat. I've got 4 giveaways that we're gonna do tonight. That's right, 4. Count them, 4 giveaways, and these are 4 really excellent prizes, if I do say so myself. Each of these prizes can be won by answering a question. We're going to start with maybe, you're supposed to leave the best for last. Maybe this is the best first. You could be the proud owner, that's right, of a 1955 Bowman Eddie Wakes card. And just in case anybody's having a heart attack and thinking, oh my gosh, is Alex giving away his 1955 Bowman Wakes card that Reindeer Studio sent him? No, I'm not. Don't worry, it's right here. This is mine. This is not going anywhere. I would never do that. It's sitting right here. It always sits right here. No, this is a completely new one that's going to go to somebody in the chat tonight. And because I have to read it, I'm going to read it, which is like one of the greatest backs of a baseball card ever. My biggest thrill in baseball. I don't know if it's really a thrill. I guess it's kind of thrilling. In 1949, I was shot by a deranged girl. That's the first sentence. After I was released from the hospital, I was sent to Florida by the Phillies to see if I might recover enough to resume baseball. And it goes on. This card has a legendary status at this point, and this player does in Cardroom Live lore. It could be yours if you can answer the following question. So here's the thing. If you have this card already, kindly resign from participating. Give somebody else a chance to get their first 1955 Bowman Eddie Wakes. So here's the question, and I'm going to give it to the first person who puts the answer in the chat. If you want to get this 1955 Bowman Eddie Wakes, who were the original wrench holders, the 2 original wrench holders for Cardroom Live? Who were the first 2 wrench holders for Cardroom Live for Eddie Wakes? I'll wait all night. And a wrench holder. A wrench holder gets it. Oh, I mean, I would hope that you would know that, Stuke. Okay, that's okay. Stuke, I love you, man, and you're gonna get an Eddie Wakes card. Congratulations. I'm gonna put a little note for myself to remind myself that Stuke is getting it. Rigged. All right. There are 3 more prizes, but I'm going to put the link in here, let some people come in here and say hello and share a card that makes them think of a fellow collector. So here's the link. Come on in, stop in, drop in, say hello, show a card, and give a fellow collector a shout out. The original is always best. Right on the money. What's up, Mike?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Congratulations, Alex. I know you said not to congratulate you, but I think you're going to lose that battle with everybody here in the community.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
So you said, show something that kind of represents the community and our interactions and stuff. So to me, the one item that I have that personifies my experience in the YouTube vintage community is this one. This is a 1936 R312 National Chicle Pastel.
Beautiful.
The reason that this card represents that for me is how I got it and how I learned about it. And that's 100% through the community. Now, I had no idea about cards like this when I started to get back really collecting. In Kansas, we don't see stuff like this. But watching guys like Aaron Value Vintage show cards such as this was amazing. But where I got this card at, I went to a show last October. Now, it's hard for me to go to shows to meet up with a lot of people for where I live at, but I went to a show in St. Louis, Missouri, the Westport show last October. And at that show was Chris from Missouri, Mike Moynihan, Joe Redneck Collector, Ross Loves Cards, some of Chris's friends, Joe and Coop. And I'm just telling you, I walked in and I was floored by just the cards that I've never seen before. In the very first table, I looked back, and not in the display cases that this guy had up front, but behind him, this card was laying flat. But because of this community, I knew what it was.
You knew what it was, right?
Mine. And so the collector was Bill Chappell. Now, I never see dealers like Bill Chappell in my area by Kansas City. Never. So I saw this card and immediately I was like, I've got to have this card. I love Johnny Mize. I met Johnny Mize. I got to talk to Johnny Mize and get his autograph when I was a kid at a local card show. So I got this card and it was just surreal because I got to pass it around to everybody that was there. Mike Moynihan came up from Texas, and I'll admit, I was a little starstruck because Mike was the first vintage guy in this community that I ever watched content of, going way back. So he's like, hey, can I take a look at that card? And I handed it to him, and he's like, that's really nice. So getting a thumbs up from Mike Moynihan, that meant a lot to this little guy from Kansas with a small little channel. So this card is always going to remain special to me because it's tied to so many guys who have become great hobby friends to me, guys I didn't really know, most of them, a year ago. So this means a lot to me. I think it represents this community well, and I can't wait to see what everybody else shows because I know it's going to be special like this one is for me.
That's a great start. Hey, Mike, appreciate it.
Thank you, Alex.
All right. Take care. All right. I got a whole bunch of people. I'm going to let these two guys in at the same time. It just feels appropriate.
Hey. Oh, I was hoping it'd be Brian.
Hi, Brian. Brian was like Alex. Sleeping.
Not sleeping.
Congratulations, Alex. We did it. I had a card picked out, but then you wanted me to. Alex had a request that I show children committing violent crimes trade cards.
That seems to be your new PC, man.
Yeah, so I have a selection. Brian can go first.
Okay. Well, I have one card. I follow the rules. I'm a rule follower, and
I have a card.
Or like very stale room here. We just moved like 3 weeks ago, so we're still figuring that out. So this card here is a 1936 Worldwide Gum of Hank Greenberg. I was with my good friend and fellow YouTuber Mike Shane when he bought this card at the National, like early on Wednesday, and the year might have been like 2017 or 2016, if I remember correctly. Since then, he has upgraded, but then he sold me this card for my collection. And so the card went from him to me, and this is a definite keeper for me. So I really appreciate this card and appreciate my good friend.
Absolutely. Yeah. With an equally incredible collection.
Yes.
Mr. Michael Shane. Max.
All right. I wanted to show this one because it makes me think of you, Alex. Alex was nice enough to have me on as his guest for Hobby Palooza, and we did a show about like generic baseball scenes, and this is I think about that show. We still have some unfinished business to do with that, but I think about that.
Max, maybe we should like write and publish a book.
Yeah, I'm in. And so just anytime I see those cards, I think about doing that. And yeah, special. Makes me think of Alex, like I said. Okay, now on to what everyone's waiting for, which is children committing violent crimes.
That's what we all
This is a jockey riding a turtle, which is animal abuse. You think about it. These are just, I just want to clarify that you told me this like 2 hours or 2 minutes before the show started. So this is just what I had on my desk. So
it says a lot.
This is some cannibalism, I guess.
Grief.
This is the worst crime of them all. She broke dishes.
Oh man.
Yeah, despicable. And then I have this is the last one I'll show. This is another child damning another child to a snake pit. Pit of snakes. So
well, it got really surreal and kind of like I don't know, mythical pretty quickly.
Yeah. Well, again, if you gave me more time, we could do a show on children committing violent crime. Here, bang, child boxing champion.
Oh God,
there you go. Anyway, thank you so much for inviting me. I want to share one of my favorite memories, which is the first time I met Alex. I'll tell you, I had never heard of your channel. When you went out to dinner with us in what was that, 2019? I was like, who's this guy? Great guy. If you ever get the chance to meet Alex in person, highly recommend it. Don't run away like I tried to do. And I really enjoyed being there for when you bought the 53 Mickey Mantle. That was a really special memory to me. And I still think about it. So just good job keeping this going. It's a lot of commitment.
You both of you have really helped. And actually, Brian, you were the very first person ever to jump on. So if it wasn't for Brian, guys, this would not be here.
He told me that was a misclick. That's what you said. It was an accident.
But I wasn't the only one. So what continued to transpire was your commitment and to get everyone else. I was happy to have a very small contribution. But 160 episodes is like crazy. That's like 3 years of.
I think that's more videos than I made in the last like 15 years. I think you've done live. So just anyway, yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks so much.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah. Let's get a whole gaggle of people in here. Warren D in the CLE, Mr. Mitchell is here. And Dan's Vintage Baseball PC. That's a good like quadrant there, right? How are you guys doing?
Mm-hmm. What's up, guys?
These are a couple of my dudes here.
yeah, exactly. It's like likewise. Alex, you are way too humble, my man. Way too humble. Yeah, you might hit play, but the reason that I'm still doing all this is all right here. All these guys, everybody in the chat, all of it. And I'm going to be real quick here because we got two other great guys we want to hear from. I'm sorry, I just jumped right in, guys. Because I know we just want to get going. But I just want to show this. I have my copy.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
I have my copy. Now, this isn't the card, but Scott, everybody's best friend Scott, gave this to me. And he said, everybody needs a little Eddie Wakus in their life.
So true. Which led me
to two more Eddie Wakus.
Look at that. I need to get a Phillies Wakus.
Eddie
Wakus
run. Yeah, and I had to do it. But the one card that I have to show, and you know, one of the main reasons I do what I do right now with YouTube and all this is, and he won't even be watching this because he always forgets to jump on, but this card is significant for me. And yes, it's the great Dave Winfield. We all know this card. But I traded an SGC 5 for that PSA 5.5 with my friend Billy Pyle over at the Card Pile. If it wasn't for him and Theo and 4 collectors together, I wouldn't be doing this right now. I would not be 2 years on YouTube, 400 subscribers, and all that. So I'm grateful for this community and these guys. But Billy, man, he's become a very good friend. I've never met him face to face, but we talk like we've known each other for 20 years.
Right.
And I think that's what it's all about. And all you guys, I consider all you guys my friends. And it's been a pleasure to meet and shake everybody's hand. And I can't thank all of you guys enough. And my turn is done, but I love Card Room Live, man. It's a favorite Sunday tradition now. Let's go, guys.
Hey, Next. Warren, appreciate it, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Mitchell, how about you? Jump in.
Yeah, so I think I was only on YouTube maybe for like 9 months or something, and I had never been invited to do anything with anyone on YouTube. And then Alex reached out to me. I think I was starting to show cards from the upcoming set I'll share with you in a second. And he asked me to jump on the live and talk about the Diamond Stars. And I think this was one of the cards I showed that night, which was the first one I ever picked up, which is the Ted Lyons. But what was interesting about that is I got a chance to be on there with I think we had 5 people that night, including you and I. And, it was kind of wild, hearing everybody's knowledge about the set. I was still learning a lot about it at the time. And I think I just made a commitment to try and build the set. And I realized just how intimidating it was, I think, during the course of that episode. And one of the people on there was showing several copies of a card I coveted, and it was going to be kind of expensive to get, with none other than Brian, of course. And of course, it was this card, right?
Yeah.
Fast forward a couple years later, and I had an opportunity to pick it up. Right, it was my opportunity to get one, and I was with Steve Vintage on Vintage at the Chicago Sports Spectacular, and I was actually at Billy Chappell's table. So another reference back to your first guest, right? And this was the first time I ever did this. So I blew all my money at a card show on one card. And I almost walked away from it too. And I came right back after I looked at another table and picked it up. And who was one of the first people that got a pick of it, other than you guys, I think in our chat, was Brian. So yeah. So I always think of this Brian and it's Steve, because he was with me when that happened. So
absolutely. And that's an incredible card. And yeah, I think everybody thinks of Brian when they see that card. But I also think of you, Mitchell. And it's funny because you're saying you're still learning about that Diamond Stars set. My assumption is that you know absolutely everything there could possibly be to know about that.
3 years later, yeah, I think I got it.
Awesome.
So
cool.
What I mentioned was episode number 48 too.
Wow. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So Alex, Mitchell came on after he'd been on 9 months. I came on your show before I even had a YouTube channel. So
that's right. That's right. You were on Twitter at the time.
Yes, we had connected through Twitter, and we had connected because of this set, Bowman 53.
Right.
And so I figured if I was going to show any cards in this show, it would be cards from that set. So, I would have to say, and, Warren made a reference to this, that you're such an incredibly humble guy, and it's natural. And, when we were in the house together in 2024 at the Cleveland National, I cornered you in the hallway, and I said, dude, I have to thank you, because you are one of the major reasons why I am on YouTube. And, it's been almost 3 years now, and a lot of great things have happened to me. And I'm getting a little emotional. Sorry.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is because of you, because of your generosity, because of your willingness to reach out to people who nobody knows, really. Nobody knew me. I wouldn't even have a channel. And just welcome people in and start a conversation. And, you had me on the show multiple times after that. And every time it's been a total delight. So I did want to show 2 cards before I start crying. It's this one, which of course is Bowman 53, and it's one of the most beautiful cards ever made by mankind. And it reminds me not only of you, Alex, but also of Orlando, because Orlando has an autographed copy of this card, and it's amazing where the autograph is placed. It comes up right along the bat here, and it's just one of the most beautiful cards. And Orlando is one of those people who I've said many, many things about him over the years, and I want to reiterate this. He's one of the few people to come on to my channel along with Scott, and I made sure I wore a Scott shirt tonight.
Yeah.
Before I had any followers. Those 2 guys, took a chance on me and brought me on or came on my show. And so, it's part of that community that has made me, stick with YouTube you know, in good times and bad. And obviously these two guys on the screen with me have been major part of my YouTube experience. So I'm happy to be on with them. One more card and then I'll move on. This card, which is important to me, not only because I think it represents the one phrase that I always like to say is that there's no common cards. Every card has a story. And if you go back and Alex, you have a video about this gentleman from years ago. His story is absolutely unbelievable. It's like a story out of a movie. He's an American hero. He was a POW. He escaped. And Mickey Grasso, to me, represents everything that could be great about baseball cards. Beautiful card, by the way. It's not just a, you know, it's not just a dude. It's a beautiful card. The composition of the photograph is amazing. But to say that this guy is a common is ridiculous because he's, you know, an absolute American hero. And this card is beautiful. And it reminds me, like I said, about you, Alex, because, you know, you're the person who I think most personifies how this set, you know, is so much more than just 160 pictures of baseball players.
Sure.
The history of it, the history of the players, the story behind the players, the beauty of the photographs, the whole thing. And so just wanted to congratulate you on getting to 160. I knew you would make it. And I'm really happy to be on with you. So really just can't say enough great things about you. And I just wanted to give you a heartfelt thanks.
You know, hey, Dan, I mean, I also wanted to say to you, like, you've really like made your own space at this point, which is awesome. And I, like, when I reached out to you way back, it was because I knew that you had a passion for this stuff. And, you know, let's be honest, like, Twitter has become a dumpster fire, and YouTube has really been a place for a lot of people to connect, as well as Instagram and other places. But, you know, I think people appreciate, you know, exactly what you're doing tonight, which is reminding everybody that it's more than just the card. It's about the stories behind it. So thank you.
Yep. Thank you, sir.
All right, guys.
All right.
Time
Take
to kick
care, guys.
out.
All right. See you later, guys.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
We got a whole bunch of other folks waiting in here. How about the original wrench holder? And here's another wrench holder. Let's get him in here. And I've heard of this guy before. Let's get him in here.
Yeah, I don't know where I've been.
Either do we.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, Alex?
How you
Let's
guys
see
doing?
some cards.
Good evening.
I'm just happy you didn't put me on with Scott. The other
Oh,
Scott.
yeah, well,
not this Scott. The other one.
He's purposefully waiting until you go. So
Yeah. So I was actually going to show a card I got from Scott, and then I realized that I had to pay for them all, so I didn't really.
oh yeah, right.
But it's amazing. You just said it with Dan. How many channels have come from this show? We've kind of encouraged or badgered people until they actually made a channel. There's been quite a few people, so that's been really cool on here. But I thought I would suck up to the host a little bit.
Sounds good to me. Let's go.
So I got this 1953 Bowman from Bowman 53 as a gift. But I know you said cards, and I gotta be honest, this is not my favorite gift from you. It's tough on these next two that you gave me.
Yeah.
These
Absolutely.
two,
Yeah.
these pieces are awesome. I mean, they're two, you know, my favorite player to collect and one of my favorite sets of all time right here. And they're both great, unique pieces. And I just love them. And I really appreciate our friendship. And I got to have breakfast with you in your hometown. Well, not your adopted hometown.
It feels like my hometown. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple years ago when we were down there, we had breakfast together, and it was the first time meeting you, so that was great. So it's just it's been a great fun time on here, and try not to miss Sunday nights. And you know, I don't know many people. It's kind of dwarfed off of another show that he was kind of ending his show, and you started this one.
Right, and don't say the name.
I thought that might have been a question. That's why.
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
So,
yeah, it's
thanks,
crazy,
Alex.
John, because like, you know, I'm thinking back now, like reminiscing way back when you didn't have a room yet, like when you didn't have your
Right.
room set up, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's crazy how time flies. But great cards. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Stu, how about you, man?
Oh, I brought out a Wheaties card.
Nice.
1951. That's Bob Feller. So I can do a shout out to a couple of Cleveland guys, Warren G. and Scott at Reindeer Studios. That's the full box. It's Bob Feller. There's quite a few other Wheaties collectors that I've run across in the hobby. I know Doug likes the orange and blue.
Yes,
yeah, definitely.
And Dan at Cardboard and Plastic, Jesse, Think Blue, Reese, Jason. And I know Alex has a nice Wheaties card hanging on the wall behind him.
Yeah, back here somewhere. Honestly, if I could like clone myself, the other of me would like get all the Wheaties stuff. I love all the Wheaties. It's amazing. I love that design.
And I thought that card would cover the most people that I could think of.
Fantastic. Doug, so good to see you, man. What
Great
do you have
to
handy?
see you. One thing, the Wheaties. I was just looking through Scott Reindeer Studios holiday cards. He did 2 or 3 years ago. He did a holiday card that was a Wheatie based on the Wheaties design, which was awesome. So yeah, I'm a big Wheaties fan. I used to make vintage card videos, and when I've been a little distracted by trying to. I don't want to get personal, but I've been distracted spending all my time working and not getting money for it. So, I started watching your channel before I had a channel, and I remember I was really, really like hungry to get into vintage, and I watching channel. I remember feeling like such on the like outside looking in, and not feeling like it could ever be something I'd be a part of. It was so cool to be a part of it after that, perspective. We made a bunch of videos together about sets and cards.
Yeah, right.
We made a video together about 1909 Ramley. And one of the things that, usually you and I would pick 4 cards each, talk about the set, talk about the cards, talk about the guys in the cards. And I would often pick cards that were off, a little funny looking, at least one of them. And there was definitely a standout, a guy by the name of Harry Rocks McIntyre. And I could share my screen. I don't have the actual card. I still don't have any Ramley cards, but Scott was nice enough to do a drawing of the picture and his awesome, amazing hairdo. And luckily, they reused this picture for the T206. And
look at that.
This John 3D80s kid gifted me. That I think we have, between you, Scott, 3D80s kid. I feel like that there's a full circle right there, and it's all back to your channel. It all happened at your channel. It's like a life event.
a life event. Yeah, I mean, I definitely every time I see that guy, I definitely think of you, Doug. So you're cursed for the rest of your life.
I just feel like terrible for him, because he really had no idea how bad his hair was, and he might have had a barber, and then he had baseball friends, and no one told him that's not the way to go in there, and it's just really a sad story when you think about it.
In the future, there'll be this thing called the internet, and people will be talking.
Right. No, but it's awesome. So Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Alex.
All right. We got a couple more guys waiting in the wings. Before I bring them in, Don alluded to something that is actually part of a trivia question for the second giveaway. The second giveaway tonight is actually a book from a guest who was on Card Room Live a few months ago. One Splendid Season. Baseball in America in 1912. And as you can see, this is really built around the Hassan triple folder set, and was authored by Phil Rosenzweig, who was a guest on Cardroom Live and came on a few months ago and talked about this book in its entirety. And it's all about this season, and the story of the season is built around the players that are featured in this set. So this is an incredible book. I know a lot of people have picked this book up since it was released, but if you don't have this book, this is a chance for you to win it. So if you would like to win a copy of One Splendid Season, here is the question that you got to answer that Don was alluding to. Now, this is going to be like an OG question. Who was the YouTuber that I took over for that used to do regular live streams in the community before Cardroom Live started? What was the name of the YouTuber that started a live stream, and I kind of, when he stopped, kind of started in his kind of like as an homage, and here we are today. Does anybody know what the name of that YouTuber was? Don, you might have to guess if nobody else is going to be able to guess. Let's see. I'll keep my eye on the chat if anybody can guess it. I'm going to let these two guys in here. We've got two guys waiting in the wings. Ruben is here, and Drew, Clean Cheap Shots. Guys, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, Alex. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you both. Thanks for being here. Ruben, you want to go ahead?
Sure. So the card that I'm going to show reminds me of two different people.
Okay.
And it is this Sandy Koufax Perez Steel postcard autograph.
Very nice.
Now, this reminds me of Warren D in the CLE and Mr. Baseball Collector Mike Moynihan.
Okay.
So I went to the 24 National in Cleveland, and it was the end of day 2, Friday, and I was just kind of wasting time. I wasn't about to buy anything else. I pretty much spent my budget, and I was just kind of wandering around, and I bumped into Warren, and he's just, going through dollar boxes, and he's like, "Hey man, what are you still doing here?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to go to this movie premiere about the life of Dick Perez." He's like, "Oh yeah, man, so am I." So we go around, go into the little theater there early, and we're just kind of waiting. And I'm like, "Well, I have some time. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and watch the latest Baseball Collector video." And he proceeds to show his buddy, getting this card. And I'm like, "Are you kidding me, dude? I walked around the entire freaking show, didn't see that at all. And I collect those." And I'm like, "Man." So guess who walks in like 2 minutes later? And I start giving him the business. Like, "What the heck, man? I thought, I told you, if you saw those, give me, of course, he doesn't have my number. How would he get a hold of me? Whatever." And he goes, "Dude, there's still time. I know where the dealer is. Let's go." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then we're like running. It's the last few moments of the show that day. And I'm like running through the, like a car rental ad. And then I'm like, "Dude, do you even have any money left?" So I'm like pulling my wallet out, like seeing how much money. I go, "How much did these go for?" And he's like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll get you a deal." And we get to the dealer, which I walked by like 3 times, didn't even know that he had that in there. Got the card, came in like a conquering champion. And then me and Warren just sat in the back and acted like a bunch of high school kids and cracking jokes. And we've become really close and pretty much talk every week. And so every time I see this, I think of Warren D and Mike Moynihan.
Awesome. That's a great story, man. Fantastic. Drew, how about you?
Well, thank you, Alex, for everything you do. I know it's a lot of dedication to make this happen every Sunday night, and so I really appreciate that. And so I got a couple cards I want to show you.
Great.
So, you know what?
Oh, nice.
What people don't, I actually have 5 of them. I sent 2 of them in for grading. What people don't realize is that Alex came up to Nebraska last summer and fertilized the corn, and I picked these out of there. So it's been a good crop this past season.
They're beautiful. And I mean, they are golden, golden wheat colored.
They really are, aren't they?
Yeah, great.
And then the other card I wanted to show you that reminds me of community members is this card. And so prior to the National this past year in Chicago, I did not have any pre-war cards. And I went to the Four Collectors Trade Night and I saw this card, and it was Sam Crawford, who grew up just a few miles from where I grew up. And I thought this would be the perfect card for me to pick up that's pre-war. And so I really didn't know anything about T206 cards. I didn't, but I knew there were a couple guys at the show or at trade night that would be able to help me. And one was Sammy Thunder, and the other was Dan's Vintage PC. So I kept bouncing back and forth between these 2 guys. And they were looking at the card and giving me advice. And I think even Dan behind the scenes may have went over to the dealer and negotiated a price from me. I didn't know that was happening at the time, but I really want to thank Sammy and Dan and all the community members for making this a great space.
Awesome. Hey, Drew, and I didn't get a chance to really fully watch it, but I'll be going back and checking out the entire Eddie Watt live stream, but it seems like it went pretty well. So congrats on putting that together. It sounds like it went great.
That was my first live I've ever hosted, so we had a great time, and Mr. Watt has got a splendid memory, and his stories are fantastic. So
right,
I appreciated everybody popping in.
Yeah, and if anybody missed it, make sure you head over to Clean Cheap Shots and check it out. All right, Drew, Ruben, thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Before I let the next 2 guys in, third prize of the evening. Another book, Game Faces, Early Baseball Cards from the Library of Congress. You'll get your own copy of this book. For anybody that does not have this book, this is your chance to win it as part of the Session 160 Trivia Contest. This is a fantastic book. I've shown this book many times on Cardroom Live, and I've used it for a lot of reference and for making videos and stuff. There's great stuff in here, historical information, card information, all kinds of great stuff in this book. If you are interested in this book, all you have to do is answer the following question, and this is a question that is totally subjective. What is Cardroom Live to you? What does Cardroom Live mean to you? I'm going to give this to whoever has the best answer to that question to win this book. What does Cardroom Live mean to you? Put your answer in the chat, and I'll pick one out and send this book to you. So while we're waiting for that, I've got some folks in here. I've got the man himself, Orlando. What's up, Orlando?
Hey, Alex.
The Dog Ate My Card collector, Andy, and this guy's been waiting to get in here all night. What's up, Jason?
Guys, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to
Orlando,
see you.
Go ahead, man. What do you have? What card do you have?
Well, I got a couple of cards, but before I show my card, I just want to thank everybody in this community because, as you guys know, I went through the worst year of my life health-wise, and didn't know how I'd come out of this thing. But with this community and all the prayers and all the well wishes and all of the great comments and texts and calls, and without you guys, I wouldn't have been able to come out of this cancer diagnosis as I did. So in honor of that, I got to show this card, which to me was the best thing that anybody's ever done for me. So I want to thank, of course, Scott for this and everyone who purchased one of these cards. But Scott, we love you so much, and we always kid around with Scott and make fun of Scott, but he's one of the best people that I've ever met in my entire life. So thank you, Scott, and thanks to everybody in the community. So that's one card I wanted to show, and we raised, or Scott and everybody raised over $5,000 with the additional donation that we got for cancer research. So that was awesome. So thank you guys for that.
Absolutely.
Then the next card I got to show, the last one, is a tribute to you and the Bowman 53 live stream.
Yeah.
And that is this card.
Oh, yeah.
That this is was your card, Alex, and I won it in the contest. And it's a card that I'll treasure forever. And it just means so much to me to have a Bowman 53 card from Alex in my collection. So those are the two cards that, to me, this year mean the most of anything that I picked up this year. So just want to thank you for everything you've done, and of course I want to thank Mr. Scott, Reindeer Studios, and everybody else. So I just can't say enough about this community, and your show is the community. So
yeah,
thanks,
that's right.
guys.
I appreciate that, Orlando. Two beautiful cards with great stories, and I'm so glad that card is in your collection. It's awesome.
Love it.
Jason, how about you, man?
Yeah, I was gonna say you're responsible for getting a lot of knuckleheads on YouTube based on what I'm hearing today. I
Can't hear you.
Yeah, I've said it several times. You're one of the guys who got me involved, and so was Orlando and Sammy. I credit the three of you as getting me involved. Have a ton of cards to show with regards to the community, but this one is a core memory for me. I believe you might actually have this card. It is from a platinum set. It's a modern card. It's from 91, 92. And I received this in 2024 at the Cleveland National, which is truly a core memory of staying in that frat house. And it was a gift from John at 3D 80s Kid. And if I'm not mistaken, it's Fred Rogers' rookie card. So,
of course, yeah.
This is a shout out to everyone, to Alex, to John, to Dan's Vintage PC, to Drew was there, to Christopher, Missouri, everybody who was part of that frat house. Legends of the Doug. I mean, everybody was there. Joe Soft Corner. So I figured this was a perfect card to show that represents a bunch of guys who I've become friends with. And there it is. Perfect. Oh, you got the 8.5. I drew the short straw. I got the 8. And then the last card, I'll be real quick. I know we're getting short on time, is two of my nemesis on YouTube when it comes to the comment sections are Scott and Christopher, Missouri. But in all reality, as much as we tease each other, two people I consider very good friends. So I wanted to show the card that Chris gifted me. Also reminds me of Orlando, right? It's a mini. So it's a 55 Bowman mini also autographed. Got it as a gift from Chris from Missouri. Scott thinks bunting cards are dumb. So I wanted to do my best to make him feel uncomfortable by showing him this one more time. So those are my two cards.
Beautiful. It's always fun to pick on Scott, but he is a wonderful person, as Orlando said. Andy,
absolutely.
Let's see a card and hear a shout out.
So I just wanted to first of all say thank you, Alex, for now inspiring me to collect this set.
No way.
This is my entire 53 Bowman set. As you can see, there's 4 graded cards. I hadn't thought about this set or collecting it, but now I'm entirely indebted to you for the extra cost of having to buy these wonderful cards. but I wanted to show them. They're just unbelievable, beautiful cards. Can't believe that I never thought about collecting them before. But I also want to thank you because you brought me in a few, I guess, months ago to do a live thing, and I met Orlando actually that particular day. Thank you so much for your outreach to me and for inspiring me to not be shy, because by nature I'm pretty shy. But thanks for everything you did. I know this is, it embarrasses you to be recognized and praised. That's why I'm doing it mostly, just to see you squirm. But I really do mean it. This is a great community, and your reach out to all of us with us small time YouTubers has really been phenomenal. And thank you for everything you've done. Look forward to whatever comes next for you now that we're at 160. And just want to say, everybody out there, thanks for your support. It's been an incredible year for me on YouTube. So thank you, Alex. Appreciate it.
Andy, we're so glad that you started a channel, and you'll never regret building that set. I kind of wish I didn't know about it so I could do it all over again. It's so much fun. You'll have a blast.
The cards are beautiful. The images are beautiful. I mean, it's just every one is like a piece of art. So, totally. Thank you for the inspiration to look more closely at this.
For sure, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. All right, guys.
All right.
Gonna boot you out here. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right. We got one more. One more prize. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I didn't give out the last prize, did I? I saw a bunch of really fantastic answers in here about the last question, which was, "What is Card Room Live to you?" I'm gonna tell you guys which one I picked. There were a lot of really good ones. I'm gonna pull up all the ones that stood out to me, and then I'll reveal which one I've decided to pick. Jacob, this is a great comment, a safe place to hang out with friends and a way to unwind after a long day. That's a great sentiment. I'm glad to hear that. Kurt says Card Room Live keeps Monday morning out of mind. Okay, that's good. Pre-war dreams, a place where there's no bias, no pretense, and somewhere that everyone's welcome. That's really cool. I love this one from Chris. Means an hour of critical thinking and learning, and yet somehow feeling relaxed and included. That's really cool. Craig, escape from all the pressures we face. This really is a hangout that makes you feel all right no matter what we may be dealing with. I love that too. Lots of really great comments. The one I'm going to give this to is Sven Patrick. To me, seeing the community and learning and keeping the joy of collecting alive. I think all of those three things are really at the heart of what any live stream is, not just this one, but all the live streams that are going on in our community. It's about like getting together. Yeah, sometimes we're learning about stuff, but also just keeping the joy of collecting alive. So Sven, do me a favor, email me at bowman53channel@gmail.com. I'm going to put it up on the screen here just in case. And I want you to email me, Sven Patrick, so that I can send you your very own copy of Game Faces. Now there's one more prize. I know we're running short on time. The last prize is a card. You knew it was going to be a card. Come on. Of course it's going to be a card. Well, here's the card. And again, if you already have this card, refrain from trying to participate in the trivia so that you can give somebody else a chance to own this card if they don't already have this card. It's a 1953 Bowman color, no surprise. Card number 10, way back before I was even using the 53 cards as part of the live stream. Card number 10, Richie Ashburn. And you know, it's a PSA 4. You know, it's kind of a little off centered and got some round corners. Whatever. It's a beautiful card. It's a beautiful card. And you don't have to be a Phillies fan to appreciate this card. So if you would be interested in winning this card, all you have to do is name a card, and some people have already been doing this tonight, but you have to do it in the chat. Name a card that you were inspired to pick up thanks to a Card Room Live guest or session. So think back over the many years. Think of a card that you were inspired to pick up thanks to a Card Room Live guest or session. And I'll pick somebody out, and somebody will get their very own Richie Ashburn 53 Bowman color. You do not need to type in my name to win it. In fact, that might be a point against you. Doug, it happens to the best of us, and we appreciate you. And I'm so grateful that you were here tonight, man. Card Room Live is not nearly as fun without you, but we try to make do. Coincidentally, the first card that Mitchell ever got. That's cool. This is one of the first ones I got. Henry, I love that answer. That's such a good answer. You were not inspired at all to get anything. That's a really good answer. I'm gonna have to consider that. Mookie was inspired to pick all the stat backs. I'm gonna be floored, Mookie, if you ever finish that in its entirety. Doug, if you want to call me Apex, that's cool with me. Let's see. I appreciate all these any card with a pinhole. Mike, I don't know if I've seen you collect any pinhole cards. If you have, you've been holding out on us. I want to see a video about it. You've been selling all. Okay, that's amazing. That's amazing. Scott was not inspired to pick up. In fact, you were repulsed at it. Everybody should say Eddie Wakus. I think I'm going to have to give it to this guy. Doug, you've got a 53 Bowman color coming your way. Congratulations, man. Well, that about does it. We've gone over time. I hope you guys are heading over to 4 Collectors. The question that a lot of people have been asking is what happens after 160 sessions. People have been asking that question for months, and actually have been asking it for a long time. Well, I think Stuke recently said this, and I think he said it best. What happens after 160? 161. Not next weekend, but the weekend following. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks so much. Take care of each other. Have a good night. Go check out 4 Collectors, and I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Good night.